You walk up to a counter, order a meal, grab the bag, and eat it. You don't think twice about the thousands of hands, trucks, and fields that made it possible. You just trust that it's safe. But somewhere between 3 days and 2 weeks later, your stomach turns into something you don't recognize. You're hit with a severe, unexplainable illness. Right now, more than 1,600 people are living that exact sentence, and 94 of them are in the hospital. This map illustrates the physical location of those victims. They are scattered across 5 completely separate states. They don't eat at the same restaurants, they don't share regional managers, and they aren't on the same local delivery routes. When victims share absolutely no local connections, it points to a very specific structural problem. Whatever breached the safety system was already hiding in the food long before it reached the local restaurant, completely invisible to the people serving it. When health officials face an outbreak of this scale, they work backward. They interview hundreds of sick patients, tracking everything they recently ate, searching for a single shared variable in their diets. In this case, the answer kept coming back identical. Every interviewed victim had consumed shredded iceberg lettuce served at certain Taco Bell locations. A single manager forgetting to wash their hands or a single malfunctioning refrigerator can cause a localized problem. But a local mistake cannot explain identical illnesses popping up simultaneously in Ohio and Texas. Investigators build a traceback flowchart. Following the supply lines backward from dozens of restaurants reveals they rely on a handful of regional distributors. Tracing one step further, those independent distributors all converge on the same upstream supplier in Mexico. The data proves this was a systemic contamination. The lettuce was compromised on an industrial scale long before it ever crossed the border. The entire trail of sickness leads directly back to a single harvest, pulled from one specific lettuce field. Modern logistics are designed for maximum efficiency. That one highly concentrated, contaminated harvest gets chopped up and immediately splintered onto dozens of cross-country truck routes, spreading the risk instantly. This creates an ongoing crisis for federal investigators. Officials at the FDA are currently scrambling to figure out exactly which other restaurants and grocery chains bought lettuce from that exact same field. Our hyper-efficient distribution networks act as massive threat multipliers. They take a localized, microscopic event in one field and invisibly amplify it across thousands of plates in a matter of days. Which brings up an obvious biological paradox. If everyone from the processing plant to the kitchen line washes their produce, how did over 1,000 people still end up sick? The answer is the specific culprit behind the illnesses, a parasite called Cyclospora cayetanensis. Cyclospora relies on a very specific evolutionary defense mechanism. It encases itself in an oocyst, a specialized shell designed to survive entirely hostile external environments. Regulators have confirmed a harsh reality. Common anti-microbial treatments, including the heavy industrial chlorine baths used at major processing facilities, are completely ineffective against this shell. The parasite has exactly one known vulnerability. You have to destroy it by cooking the host food to a high internal temperature. And that is why it thrives on iceberg lettuce. It is a crop almost exclusively served raw, handing the parasite a free pass right past the heat defense. The lettuce looked perfectly clean. Normal washing was useless. There was absolutely nothing you, as an individual consumer, could have done differently. As large as 1,600 confirmed hospitalizations sounds, that number is only a fraction of the actual outbreak. Federal health officials at the CDC are currently sitting on more than 5,000 additional sickness reports directly linked to this event that have not yet been confirmed. There is a massive testing blind spot. Most people recover at home without ever seeing a doctor, and even when they do go, standard medical panels do not screen for this specific parasite by default. This forces us to look closely at the foundational logic of our entire food safety network. We built global food safety protocols almost exclusively to wash away bacteria. The entire defense mechanism is designed to rinse away germs, leaving the supply chain blind and defenseless against armored parasites. The modern food system is operating on a quiet, fatal assumption. We are fighting an enemy we think we can just wash away, while a completely different, invisible threat rides the supply chain straight to the plate.